on 2 cents plus, we could provide tuition-free technical school, community college, and four-year college for anybody who wants to get an education. We can increase our Pell Grants. So for kids who grow up in families without any money, college is a real alternative for them. We can invest in leveling the playing field, putting $50 billion into historically black colleges and universities. We can do all of that on 2 cents, plus we can cancel student loan debt for 95%. Part 1, attack the corruption head on. Part 2, just a couple of structural changes in this economy. Part 3, protect our democracy. I want a constitutional amendment to protect the right of every American citizen to vote and to get that vote counted. Gerrymandering. Roll back every racist voter protection and suppression law in this country. And just one more I'll mention here. Overturn Citizens United Democracy. I just want 3 things. Attack the corruption, get a little structural change in our economy, and protect our democracy. We do those 3 things, and then we become the America of our best values. You know, this is how I see this. All the pieces cross right here at that. I look at it as opportunity. Who gets opportunity in this country? Whether it's just reserved for those born into privilege, or whether it's for everyone. Opportunity for every kid in this country to get a first-rate education. Opportunity to get a good job, opportunity to start your own business, right? Opportunity to get coverage on health care so you can stay healthy. Opportunity. Remember, I'm a special needs teacher. Understand opportunity means different things for different people. Opportunity to live independently, right? Opportunity to marry whoever you love and build a family you love. Into this race. My daddy, he ended up as a janitor, but his baby daughter got opportunity. Opportunity to be a public school teacher. Opportunity to be a college professor. Opportunity to be a United States Senator, and opportunity to be a candidate for President of the United States.
Perfect. One of the folks we called out earlier, we don't know if you are still here, so I'm going to call it out one more time, and if not, we'll call another name. So it is 5101389. If you're here, yell persist. You're there? Okay, cool. Can you go back towards the entrance right over there by the trees, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Let's do some Q&A. All right. Who's got questions? Where are the questioners? This is a big crowd. Where's the questioners? I'm just looking around. Okay, over here? Okay. Where's the first one? Somebody's got a mic over there. Right? Are we on? Hold on. Hi. Hi, what's your name?
Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi. Hi, you from Seattle?
I am, yes.
Good. It's nice to see you. Thank you.
How would you, as President of the United States, protect and defend LGBTQ rights?
Yes. So let me start with just a statement of values, and that is equal means equal, and that's true in the workplace, it's true in marriage, it's true in healthcare, it's true everywhere. And because of that, what's important is to think about LGBTQ issues in a whole lot of different places. So right now, for example, in criminal justice, we have a criminal justice system that is shameful, that locks up people, mass incarceration. It falls particularly hard on communities of color. African Americans are more likely than whites, study after study shows, for the same crimes to be arrested, to be detained, to be taken to trial, to be falsely convicted, and to receive harsher sentences. We need to reform our system front to back. But you asked specifically about LGBTQ rights. And right now, this administration is saying that trans women and trans men have to be put into prisons that reflect their birth certificates rather than who they are. It's wrong, and it puts them deeply at risk. As president, I'll change that. Similarly, healthcare is a basic human right. The Trump administration, under the guise of free exercise of religion, is trying to open doors for healthcare professionals to turn down treating people whose lifestyles they don't approve of. That is wrong, and as a president, I will put a stop to that. But, sorry, Joe. Joe's going to give me the hook. Let me say one more thing about this. And that is, understand this. This is part of the overall Trump strategy. And that is, turn as many people against as many people as you can. Black against white, native born against immigrants, particularly immigrants of color, right? Straight against trans, that's where they've really focused the attention. Oh, Christian against Muslim, turn people against people. Because so long as each group is fighting the other, then nobody notices that Donald Trump and his crooked cronies are stealing everyone's money, taking the balance out of their country. Well, I say in 2020, we have a chance for all of us to come together, to pick up each other's fights as our own, and to build the America that works for all of us. Joe was giving me the hook a minute there. Where we got? We got it. No, we've got one. Next one. There we go.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you got a fan club over here. There's Alice's posse. I like it. Okay, it's working. Okay, Alice.
When you're president, how are you?
I like that. Just say that first part again. by Donald Trump. All this business about caravans, what people are doing, a big part of this started when the Trump administration started cutting off support to countries in Central America. So governments started losing their ability to control the gangs, economic future goes down, and more people say, my only chance is to get out of here. So part of it is you just start by meeting our responsibilities around the world. Let's help people who are in trouble. Let's help people in Central America. Let's make it easier for them to go to work. But it's so much more than that. You know, it's been, what now, 15 months ago, when the first words started leaking out that the federal government, our government, the United States government, the one you pay taxes to, that our government was taking children away from their families. So I went down to the border, went down to Texas, to McAllen, Texas. This is before the border officials figured out to keep folks like me out of there as much as they could. But I went down, and I just want you all to envision this, because I come from a witnessing tradition, and I think it's important to witness and to talk about what you saw. Think of a giant Amazon warehouse, only that's dirty and smells bad. And this one was crammed with cages of people. On my left, when I walked in, cages, just, one after another, common bars between them, about 10 feet wide, about 40 feet deep, a toilet back in the country, the corner. And men packed in so tightly they couldn't lie down. Cage after cage after cage. And on the right, cage after cage after cage of women. And I thought, it can't get any worse than this. Our federal government is doing that. And then I walked through the main door and saw the freestanding cages of little girls. Little girls. Didn't know where they were, didn't know how long they had been there, didn't know where they were going next, didn't know where their families were. Cage after cage of little girls, then cage after cage of little boys. I went back in the corner, there was a cage of nursing mothers. I talked to one mother who said to me, she said, through a translator, she said, I gave a drink of water to a police officer. This is back at her home in Central America. And she said, the word went out to the gangs that I was helping the police. And I knew what that meant. So as soon as I heard it, I wrapped up my baby and ran for the border. And she's here to ask for asylum. No great nation separates children from their families. No great nation tries to enforce an immigration policy by harming people, by making them hurt worse. Our immigration policies must reflect our values every single day. That means right now in this country, we need to expand legal immigration. We need to provide a pathway to citizenship for the people who are here to stay. Yes, that's dreamers, but so much more. It's grandmas, it's kids, it's people who came here to work agriculture, it's people who overstayed student visas. These are our neighbors, our friends. They are woven into our country, and we need to bring them out of the shadows. And third, I promise you, as President of the United States, and I love saying that our policies at our border will reflect our values. We will not take away children from their parents. We will not lock up people who are seeking asylum. And we will be the America on which this country
so much for
Where are
coming.
you?
I'm right here.
There you are. Hi, what's your name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Nice to see you, Lisa.
Nice to see you. So I was going to ask you a really specific question
Okay.
about gender-based wage discrimination, but when I was standing here, I thought, I think I could wrap up a lot of my concerns with this question.
Okay.
So how do you effectively counter a bottom feeder like Trump, where there's no low that's too low, without getting down there with him and sacrificing your own, high ideals?
Okay. So, I want to tell you how I look at this. I'm going to start with, I know how to fight and I know how to win. And yeah, you don't back down from a bully. You have to be willing to lay into this, right? And nobody's getting behind me on a debate stage and doing a handsy thing. That's not happening. Not happening. But here's the point I want to make. We're not going to win this by just saying not Trump. We're not. We should call him out on specific policies. We should make sure people understand where he stands. When he's ugly, we can call it out. But that's not enough. It's not enough to be not Trump. A country that elects Donald Trump is a country in serious trouble. And we need to pay attention to what's been broken, not just in the last 2.5 years, but what's been broken for decades. We need to talk about what's gone wrong. We need to be willing to talk about race and gender. We need to be willing to talk about guns and gun safety. We need to be willing to talk about health care, not just for some, but for everyone. We need to be willing to talk about just how urgent the climate crisis in this country is. We need to be willing to talk about those things, but more importantly, we need to be willing to show how we're going to fix those things. Just one example, climate. On the first day that I'm sworn in, I'm going to put a moratorium in place. No new drilling, no new mining on any federal lands. And I've got a plan on, oh, you're not surprised, on climate. Wait, but here it is. Think about it this way. Suppose as a country, we get to 2030 and we get net zero emissions. Great, yes. We're only 20% of the problem. We cannot think of this as solely a problem about cleaning up here at home. It's what our position is, not just in leadership, but in getting out there and getting the work done so that we clean up this entire earth. We're all in this together. I want to give you a quick glimpse at my plan, for fear of being said, that woman has so many plans. But, good. So, let me just say a word about this part of the plan. And that is, I got a plan to do what we do best. Put $1 bazillion, okay, it's 10 times what we're spending right now, on science, research, development. Why? Because there's an upcoming market for clean around the world. Here at home and around the world. Clean, and that means clean energy, but it also means cleaning up the air, cleaning up the water, desalinization, and much of what we're going to need hasn't even been invented yet. That is estimated to be a $23 trillion market over 10 years. So, here's the plan. We invest in the science, we invent it, the research, the development, and we say, you can use it free, absolutely, but you gotta build it here in America. American taxpayers will pay to invent it, but then create those jobs here in America. Best estimate, that's about 1.2 million new green manufacturing jobs, good union jobs, right here in America. And then one more, we're going to sell it, or if we have to, give it away all around the world, because we're in this together. And then back to your question, right? How are we going to do this? And this is the point. We talk about specifically 1.2 million new manufacturing jobs. Let's go talk about that around America. Let's talk about that in Michigan. Let's talk about it in Wisconsin. Let's talk about it in Pennsylvania and Indiana. I said, let's talk about it. I've already been there to talk about it. And they're in. They get it. Kentucky, yes, I'm there. But this is the thing. We've got to get out there and fight for votes everywhere. We leave nobody behind this time. Nobody. This is my 27th state that I've been to. I've been to blue states, red parts of blue states. This is my 128th town hall. We're crowding in on 50,000 selfie. But for me, it really is about who we're fighting for. That's what I started this with. And how we're going to fight. So when I got into this race, I knew what I'd be fighting for, who I'd be fighting for, but it was important to me to say, and I also am going to walk the walk on how. So I haven't spent any time behind closed doors with millionaires and billionaires and corporate CEOs. I don't spend my call time sucking up to those folks. But it goes to Lisa's point, and that is, how are we going to beat this guy? We're going to do it by building a grassroots movement. We're going to do it face to face, person to person, all across this country. And if you think that's right, then be part of it. So let me say to all of you, we'll wrap this up. You've just been terrific. I know there are a lot of things you could do on a beautiful afternoon in Seattle. I know that. But I also know 2020 is coming up. And what happens in 2020 is not just about the next 4 years or the next 8 years. This is generation after generation about what happens in our country. And I'm grateful to every one of you for showing up and investing in our democracy. Thank you. From the heart, and that is to say, you know, people tell me, you're making this too hard, Elizabeth. You talk about plans and pieces, and you know, you got a lot of plans. And of course, my view is, look, you want to get something done, I think you got to have a plan. But I understand, you know, the experts, and believe me, everybody in the United States Senate is an expert, say to me, this isn't what campaigns are about. Go say a few generic things. It's all right, shake my head, smile more. And I think about not just that we need to make a little change over here that might be politically popular or one little piece over there. We do need to make big structural change in this economy, in this democracy. And when people tell me it's too hard, I think about what do the naysayers say to the suffragettes? Too hard, give up now, right? What did they say to the early union organizers? Quit now, too hard. What did they say to the foot soldiers in the civil rights movement? Too hard, quit now. What did they say just a few years ago to the LGBTQ activists? Too hard, quit now. But they didn't quit. They got organized, they built a grassroots movement, they persisted, and they changed the course of American history. Dream big, fight hard, let's win! What you want? Stand down! What you need? You know I got it. All I ask is
Perfect. Now, for what everybody wants as well as a selfie, the senator will be doing. There's a lot of people here, but you all can get selfies. So, what's that? Oh, she's gonna do it. We're gonna start with folks with our friends in the ADA community up there, and then we're gonna actually have it about right here. So the folks we're gonna wind around the pavilion and back over. So the selfies are gonna basically be back behind the stage right here. We're gonna wind back around. So that's how we're going to do it. Thank you so much.
Joe is saying we got a plan for the selfies, so stick with it.